Hello, this video is for those who are starting their own business, maybe just starting, more of a personal kind of thing, or if they're getting a small business idea, etc. These are free items that you might really help you to save money. All right, so let's start. You're going to need an email address. Now, most when you get your website, a real website, Alex talk about that later. You're gonna have you want you have your own email, like let's say your company's oh, I don't know, um, feather clothing. So you want to have www.featherclothing.com, and you want to have your email address Joe Schmo at featherclothing.com, or Josephine Schmo, whatever. So you get the point. But if you need one quick and you don't need have any, you don't have your website yet, here's a great program called mail.com. You just go right in there. It may need some type of an email to back it up. So if you have a Gmail or another email, but you can use this, kind of for your business. It's free. Okay. So that's mail.com. Next is I do this. I have a website, and my email goes to the website basically. Now I like my email to come to me right on my desktop. So here you can download a free program called Mailbird, and what you do is all your email comes to your desktop. Okay, rather than having you go in and log in, etc. It just saves a step. Um, if you're if you're fine with doing it online, that's great. But this just saves a step. Um, and how it works is you have to put in your password and your ID to connect with whatever mail, uh, whatever email you have that you want it to retrieve from. Okay. So sometimes it doesn't work. It depends on the this where your email is. Okay, but I've used it and it's been fine. Next is if you want to start building a website for free, I recommend Wix. It's totally free. The problem is you're going to have let's go feather clothing. So featherclothing.wixsite.com. So you're going to have that kind of an address. It's free, but you're going to have that wixsite.com kind of thing. It's great for starting out something, and then once you start it, you can maybe have ideas, and then when you want to go to another host, a web host, then you can do that. So I'm doing things completely free here. So my web hosting, I go to one of there's a popular ones like Hostinger, DreamHost, Bluehost. There's a lot of them that host websites. They have deals all the time. If you find a deal you like, it's great. My advice is if you're going to a web host program, I'm sorry, if you're going to a web hosting site, make sure they include an email component. Um, and then you can, and I would hopefully that was part of the package too. Some of them charge for a separate email component, some of them don't. So it's more of a paying situation. However, if you want to just have your own website and get used to how to build a website, Wix is very user friendly, and I highly recommend it. Um, and if you're just starting out doing websites, okay, there's a lot of drag and drop, a lot of just manipulate the fonts and background colors you can input. They also have some templates you can use and just change it around to fit your needs. So again, this is totally free. It'll get you going. Then if you have money to spend, then you can have a web host like DreamHost or Bluehost or West Hostinger or any of the various ones they can host your website, and you can do the same thing. You can build it. Now, some of them use WordPress. I'm not a fan of WordPress. Um, However, they have a lot of templates. WordPress is one of the older ones. It's just that some things you just can't do. It's not as user friendly, but there's so many templates, and it's user friendly enough that you can work with it. I use it. I don't like it, but I use it. It's part of being, uh, you know, I pay $60 for the whole thing, uh, roughly for the whole year. So that's what I got for a price. Um, this is a really interesting program for you to schedule on if you want. It's called Low Calendar. It's free. Now the problem is it's got some advertisements in it, that you might not want on it, but it's a free program. It's really well done. It's you can actually, people you can show your web calendar online so people can go to it and see your schedule. It's good for if you have a team. A lot of these programs start off as free, and then as they get more bells and whistles, you can pay for them. Uh, so I recommend that. I still use it actually. This is a wonderful program for appointment setting. You can have people come to your PickTime website. So it'll say picktime.com/feather clothing or whatever. And you can have people book appointments. And you can set up your own schedule. It's a real wonderful tool. It's free. Now, again, as you grow and you might have more members of your team or more employees using it, then you're gonna have to pay. But it's a good starting point. I use this also. It's a great tool, very easy to use, and it's the best one I've found. All right, I'm not a big fan of Microsoft. I really appreciate all the work they've done, and they're solid programs. They're really the best. However, with that said, I've had too many problems with Microsoft, and so I try to stay away from it. I also should say with this context too, I do not like having things online. The way I work, uh, I have to keep some confidentiality. My client's confidentiality is at hand here, and that includes my customers and my clients. So I try to stay as much as I can offline. With that said, LibreOffice, which used to be OpenOffice, is a completely free program. It's kind of bulky in terms of its size. However, it's a great program. It's good for simpler type things. You can have, an Excel-like, so you have a spreadsheet-like program. You can have a database. Actually, the spreadsheet's more. It's actually a real spreadsheet, but the database is a pseudo database. And then no, it's really good for simpler type things. However, when you more data you add, for example, to the more data you add to the Excel-like file, they call it calc in LibreOffice. The problem here is it's almost like it overwhelms the LibreOffice. It's not designed for lots and lots of data. So I do use it. I use it more for simple Excel spreadsheet, and I also use it for a simple pseudo database. Okay. If you want to get closer to Excel, I recommend this WPS. Unfortunately, they do not have a database program. However, they do have an Excel like program. What I like about it is when you're trying to do things like interfacing with DOSX files, by the way, in LibreOffice, you also have a component that it's like Word. It's like Microsoft Word, but it's got its own word processing program basically. But WPS does not have that the database. However, it has a wonderful Excel-like program, and it also has a little bit of Visual Basic in the background, and also it has macro. So that for that reason, I use this for my spreadsheets because I interface with, um, like I utilize the data from the Excel sheet, and then it populates automatically onto a DOSX file, and I'm able to print reports like that, or not print them, but save them and then send them out to whoever I need to do the reports for. All right. So it has that capacity. It's really good. Um, yeah, that's good enough for now. Zoom. Um, Believe it or not, Zoom can be used for free. If you probably don't, you probably may. Some people know this, but Zoom is a conferencing. You need a webcam or some type of camera in your laptop or your desktop. And post, during and post COVID, Zoom is still a lot of people are doing it. I do it all the time. It's just the way people do things. It does allow you to do business far, far away. That's why I like it in the sense I can do business anywhere, and you just have a Zoom meeting. So it's free up to about 40 to 45 minutes, that kind of thing. So when I do my hour meetings, I have to take notes after the end. So I say I limit it to 45 minutes, and then I take 15 minutes worth of notes. By the way, it has a nice function where you can actually record the meeting. I always ask permission by my clients or the customer if they want me to record it. It's not going to be going on the internet. It's just for my note taking. Um, and if you buy it, it has an AI function, and the AI will take your notes for you. So that's the advantage of that. I think it's $150 a year. I still use the free version. Um, and as far as AI, I use AI sometimes. I'll maybe I'll get to that at the end. So it's a wonderful tool. I like it much better than Microsoft Teams. It's faster. The advantage of Teams is you get better background kind of thing. You utilize the software might be a little bit better in that case, but I don't recommend. I tried using a green screen. Green screens work really well, but you make sure you're in a stable place because you have to keep bringing out the green screen every time you want to go on. Take a meeting and on a webcam and have some fancy design website background. Or background to your video conferencing. So anyway, that's that one. Canva is probably the place to design things. I would include little adverts if you want to do a little video, any type of newsletters, any type of maybe even a logo, anything that requires design. This is it, and you can use it for free. Although some of these higher end designs they'll charge you. Okay, so but it's a wonderful tool. I recommend it for any type of business. It's very business oriented, as a matter of fact, especially small business. But it's very business oriented. So you're going to have these, um, nice fonts for your advertisements, etc. But so this is next. This is an odd thing, but I think it's great. I use it. Um, you get a free number and you download it to your phone, and when someone you can have like your own separate phone number for your business. Now the problem is your business sometimes your area code does not have. I mean, they don't have enough numbers in your area code, so you have to find another area code, or you have to find a number that maybe you like to remain, or you can find a number in another state very easily. But it is a free service, and you can text with it, and you can actually have your own number, and you can actually talk so that the message or your phone can receive the call in a separate number. So in other words, you have your own personal cell phone, and then you might see an incoming call from the text now phone number, and you can decline, and it goes to a nice voicemail. You have a nice voicemail, and then you can get it, retrieve it. It's all free. Um, Finally, I'm just going to enter this one in. It's ChatGPT. I'm just going to let it go. You open it up. It's going to ask you to sign up. This is AI. Okay. Now AI is good for. It can be good for lots of things. It could be good. I use it for taking for trans. I'm a quick note taker, and if I send the information to AI to put it in narrative form for the people who I get contracts with, and so it's a good tool to use. It's a good search tool. Sometimes AI is much faster than when you can search. Um, so you can ask it anything. However, I highly recommend any type of thing you go over what it does. In other words, sometimes it can mess up. I think it's about 75, sometimes 50% accurate what you're trying to do. So for example, when I do my meeting notes, it'll kind of it will kind of put in phrases and things that are not necessarily what are reflective of the meeting, but it's just trying to give a little bit more of a nice narrative for you. But you're gonna have to kind of edit it yourself. So I think that's really important for you to understand. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope these are all free things you can use, and I wish you best luck with your business. Take care.